So True Tone is one of the coolest things that Apple has thrown into our iPhones for a long period of time. But some people don't even know what True Tone is, and some people may prefer True Tone, or they don't like True Tone at all. Now personally for me, I actually do like True Tone, which is actually really nice. But what even is True Tone? Well, True Tone is actually a little sensor. Well, they use the sensors on your iPhone to actually kind of warm the display out. So essentially, it will adjust the colors or the intensity of the display to actually match the ambient light. So basically what Apple's trying to do is they're trying to make your images or everything on your display look a little bit more natural. Now, personally for me, I think this is a really nice thing, and I actually like this a lot from Apple. I think these things look very nice, and when you actually enable True Tone, it actually, to me personally, it warms the display. And that is something that I love about my iPhones. With the iPhone 8, iPhone 10, and newer, those devices actually do have the ability of having True Tone within the display, and that is a really nice feature. Now, if you have True Tone off, what that basically does is that will basically keep the light cooled. It'll always be the same way. It's not going to change. It's not going to fluctuate. So basically, it's always going to be that, I would say, like colder display, like the colors are cooler, and I think that's good for some people. But I guess the other thing too is it really just depends on what you prefer. If you have True Tone on, I think it warms the display. If you have it off, then it basically will go ahead and just keep the display cooler. And you can even see from the display and the examples that I have in the display right now, where one is on True Tone and one is on not True Tone, you can see that there's a big difference, at least from the colors. At least for me personally, maybe not over the camera, but for me personally, I can tell there's a big difference from the colors, and that's always been the way I've been able to tell in terms of just being able to use phones side by side. Now, another big thing I want to throw in here is with battery life. Personally for me, I've never really noticed a difference from battery life whether I have True Tone on or off. I've had phones that have had True Tone, and I've had phones that have not had True Tone, things like the iPhone 7 Plus, the 6S Plus, and when I did switch over to the iPhone 10, 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max, 12 Pro, I never really noticed my battery life getting worse, although the battery technology did get better throughout those iPhones. So for my day-to-day usage, my battery life is still very good. I don't really think my battery life is changed at all with True Tone being on or off. And if there is an effect at all, I don't think it's a big effect, and I think you're going to be perfectly fine whether you have True Tone on or off in that example. So I would probably just keep True Tone on or off depending on the color profile. I don't think it affects battery life at all one bit. Another thing that I did see though, and I recently saw this on Reddit, was actually with the performance. Some people had kind of made the statement that True Tone actually being on makes the iPhone slower in some ways. Now, I want to take that piece by piece. Does the iPhone technically get slower when a True Tone is on? I would kind of maybe say yeah, like maybe it makes a little bit slower because it has to use a little bit more, sensors that has to process the actual, display and the warming of the display depending on the conditions of the surroundings. So maybe battery life is worse, maybe performance is worse, but are you going to notice it? Absolutely not. I don't think I've ever noticed True Tone ever being or having an effect on performance or battery life at a high level. For it's going to be very small, and there's probably certain chipsets and certain things set up inside of the iPhone that only handle True Tone. Like there's probably only certain processes that are turned on when True Tone is enabled. Like I don't think it's going to affect, like if I'm playing a game on my iPhone, I don't think having True Tone on or off is going to affect the performance. However, as a general statement, maybe it does affect battery life and maybe it does affect performance, but it's not at a high level where it will affect really anything going on with that device. Like it's going to be basically the same type of performance that you're going to be getting before. So overall, what I'll tell you is True Tone is great. I love having True Tone enabled. I don't think you should have it on or off depending on your fear of battery life or performance. I think it really depends on how you prefer that color profile. I'm sure there's some people who like that cooler color profile, but personally for me, I like that warmer color, and that's exactly why I have True Tone enabled as often as I can. So that pretty much covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.